Lately, I've been touring a lot of high-end homes here in Minnesota. These are homes that are going to be in that million, 2 million range. So there's a number of different factors that go into what makes a home really expensive here. Obviously, location is going to be number one. If I have a nice spot like right on the lake, that's going to be worth a lot of money compared to something like maybe out in the country where there's not a lot of amenities nearby. And so that's a big factor contributing to value. The next factor is going to be how big is the home? Obviously, the larger the home, the more expensive it's going to be. And so some of the homes that I'm seeing, they're just big for being big. Unfortunately, with these luxury home builds, you can really tell that the technology was an afterthought. Here are 5 mistakes that I see luxury home builders making. The first, and by far the most important thing that I think of when building a new home, particularly a luxury home, is going to be pre-wire. A lot of times they think, oh, maybe we'll just use Wi-Fi throughout the home. No worries, that shouldn't be a problem. No, that's not how it works. Whenever you can, you want to plug in a device. And so some of these homes I'm seeing, they're really lacking. There's little to no Ethernet runs. And when they do, it's like they've put just one cable when they really should have ran at least 3. And then even within a room, just having multiple locations within that room. So just because you think that I should put the Ethernet cable over here and my desk over here doesn't mean that's ultimately where it's going to go. The same can be said about outlet placement. The smart builders, they're thinking ahead of time, like, where is the furniture going to go in the room? And let's place outlets in intelligent places so that you have access to that. It's expensive to do these things later on. And so we want to make sure that we have got a good pre-wire, both low voltage and high voltage. Multi-gang switch boxes look ugly. If you have 4 or 5 switches on the wall, it's hideous. Nobody wants that. This is supposed to be a luxury home, and here we are. We've got a half bath in this case. It's got 6 switches. Like, as a guest, I walk in and I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna hit all of them because I don't know which one does what. My recommendation is that anything over 4 gang, you should consider a touchpad. And for me, 3-way switches are just super annoying. I don't like that one is up and then one is down. I definitely recommend having scene control in these areas. That way you can just go up to a pad on the wall and hit the button and everything looks great. I love video doorbells. I think they're great. But you know what? Sorry, Alarm.com, your video doorbell does not scream luxury. You've got this nice facade, you've got all this great curb appeal, and then you come up and you see this bulky, dated looking piece of tech staring back at you. Like, how ironic. Someone is at my front door. I actually toured a home where down in the basement they've got a projector screen set up. Next to this projector screen was an entire wall of windows. This is the worst possible lighting you could have for a projector. Another mistake that I'm seeing is that they're not thinking about screen location, lighting in the media areas. Then they have built-ins here, like nice wooden built-ins, but they're limiting the size of the screen because now we've got this cabinet, whether it's either on the left side of the fireplace or the right side, or it's just like built in. Now you're limited by what you can put there. And we certainly saw that in the 80s, 90s, with those projection style TVs that were like built in. Now we're seeing it again. I don't like that. I want a nice flat surface where I can put any size screen that I want that's gonna fit. And I wanna make sure that the lighting is good in that room and I have the outlets in the right place. I have the correct wiring there. This last mistake that I'm seeing, while might just be a little bit nitpicky, I think is really important, and that is that we're seeing a lot of racks getting installed in the utility room, but right next to a water source. So whether that's a water heater or like the plumbing manifold, that's just a recipe for disaster. You're gonna have a water break or something happen there and you're gonna damage this really expensive equipment. Also, we wanna make sure that the temperature is correct for that rack. And so having it sandwiched right next to the furnace and all these things that are kicking out a lot of heat, I don't think is the best spot for it. I would always recommend placing your rack in an area that has good conditioning for air and of course is far away from water. In general, what I was seeing is that technology was kind of an afterthought and kind of shoehorned in some of these homes. It's important to think of technology early on in the build process and budget appropriately for it. Generally, you want to spend about 5 to 10% of the home's purchase price on the technology. And most of that is going to be having good pre-wire, but that could also be for some of the other technology. When we're building a home, we want to make sure that it's future-proofed. We have the appropriate finishes for that level of home. And so if you're building a luxury home, I would expect to see Crestron, Control4, Savant. I would certainly expect to have a good pre-wire. I would think you would think of these things ahead of time. For larger homes, I would expect that there's access points for Wi-Fi, good connection throughout. But if you're building a luxury home, you really want to make sure that the technology is experienced and not seen. I think it's important to work with an integrator. A good resource that I found online was CEDIA, C-E-D-I-A. That's an association for these integrators. They have certifications that they can go through, and you can actually search online and find an expert in your area. Otherwise, you can go through whatever company you're thinking of as far as like so Control4, Crestron, they're going to have their dealers listed on their website. Find the one nearest to you, maybe one that's of higher ranking, and give them a call. Certainly you can use the one that the builder is using, so they're partners, but what I found is that a lot of times those guys might be a little bit limited in the scope of what they can do. If you want to build a nice high-end home, I think it's important to do it right and insist that they bring in a low voltage professional that you're comfortable working with, because a lot of that service is going to be after the fact, it's with getting the TVs installed and getting everything programmed, having that customer support ongoing. So making sure that we're working with a reputable dealer that you'll be able to get a hold of in the future for any service requests that you have. One of my favorite homes that we toured was just loaded with Crestron technology. You guys are gonna love it. I'm gonna put it on screen right now. Go check it out. Until next time, take care.